Hello again, this is Richard with Spracklin Design, and in this video I am going to show you how to use my corner dimension object. Let me pull that out real quick here. So once you have that set up, once you have it selected, what you need to do is make sure that the element ID is starting out at 0, 1. And then we need to make sure we're starting out at the corner ID or the pin ID where your property pin is going to be starts out how you want. And right now it's just the letter A. That's the system that I use. And make sure your geometry method is set to diagonal. Okay, so we're going to start out at a logical point for you. So for me, I usually start out at the bottom left pin, and then I draw at a diagonal up to one of the house corners, and I finalize it with a second click. And then I come back to the same property pin and keep drawing new dimension lines to each of the corners of the house that I want to record. Okay, that's all I need for this house, and I'm just going to grab that, and I like to group things like this, and then I'm going to drag a copy and pull the other end of it, the letter end, over to another property pin, and I'm going to rename that pin with the letter B. Okay, make another copy, and I'm just putting one on each corner because on these smaller lots, which is where I really like to use this, oftentimes one of the corners of the lot will be covered up in a big pile of dirt, and so the builder won't have access to be able to tell where the house should go. So this gives them plenty of options, and it keeps the plans really clean looking. I've had it where I use the dimension tool and draw just dimension after dimension after dimension, and it becomes really difficult to know which of those lines is going from which pin to which corner, because some of them just are so close to each other. So now that I have all those groups selected in my selections palette, I like to update one of my default selections so I can grab all those at a later date. Okay, and next what I need to do is take this -3 feet, which is the default, and just change that to 0, and that repositions the letters so they're directly above the property pins. And then I can come around and stretch out all the numbers at once and adjust those so that they look nice and legible on the plans. Okay, so these are like that's going to show up on the schedule. So if I go to my site plan here and wait for the schedule to update, then that gives us the dimensions from each of the property pins to the corners of the house. And that's it for this object.